The first time you step onto a cruise ship, the world outside fades. You feel the gentle sway under your feet, the scent of the ocean mixed with sunscreen, and the soft echo of suitcases rolling across the metal gangway. Music drifts from the decks, laughter bounces off the polished walls, and somewhere in the distance, the ship's horn calls out like a beacon over the water. It feels like paradise. Every detail, from the glistening pool to the endless buffet tables, is designed to captivate your senses. Passengers often forget that paradise is carefully constructed. Every smile greeting you at the hallway, every towel folded into a swan, every cocktail prepared with flair is a product of unseen labor. A world exists beneath the polished decks, invisible to guests, bustling with people who live and breathe this floating city. It is in this hidden world that stories unfold, stories that reveal the truth of life on a cruise ship. Former crew members have stepped forward to share what passengers are never meant to know. And today, for the first time, we are lifting the curtain to reveal 12 secrets that will change how you see cruising forever. Imagine for a moment the scene below the decks. Fluorescent lights hum endlessly, corridors stretch like metal arteries, and every sound, carts rolling, water hissing, radios buzzing, is amplified in the narrow enclosed spaces. This is a city of its own, operating 24 hours a day, completely separate from the smiling, carefree world above. The secrets we are about to reveal exist here, in this labyrinth of effort, secrecy, and sometimes quiet despair. Secret 1. There's a hidden world below Deck 0. You might think the cruise begins on Deck 1, where passenger cabins and entertainment areas exist. But below that, hidden from the view of guests, lies Deck 0. It is a sprawling maze of hallways, storage rooms, laundry stations, engine rooms, and tiny crew quarters. Here, life is constant. Carts clatter across metal floors, radios buzz in dozens of languages, and crew members navigate narrow corridors with practiced precision. Sunlight never reaches this part of the ship, and time feels different here. One former steward named Leo described it as living in a submarine beneath paradise, where the only markers of day or night are the hum of the engines and the occasional announcement over the radio. Supplies are moved, laundry is washed, and meals are prepared for thousands, all without the passengers ever knowing. Even the quietest of nights are full of motion below deck. Crew members pass each other with nods and smiles, yet each person carries their own fatigue, homesickness, and hope. It is a hidden world that keeps the illusion of effortless luxury alive, yet few ever see it. Secret 2. Crew cabins are tiny and cramped. The reality of crew life is often underestimated. Most cabins are no larger than a small walk-in closet shared with a roommate from a different country. Privacy is minimal, and sleeping arrangements are tight. The bunks are stacked, sometimes 3 levels high, and personal space is a luxury. A stewardess named Maria shared her first experience, waking up to find her roommate changing clothes beside her bunk. She had to move sideways to avoid waking them, carefully managing her limited space. Yet despite these hardships, crew members must maintain a cheerful and helpful demeanor for passengers, often after 16-hour shifts. The contrast between the cramped, dimly lit cabins and the bright, polished passenger decks above is stark. Crew endure the claustrophobia silently, masking fatigue with professionalism. Secret 3. The crew mess is a world of its own. Above deck, passengers indulge in gourmet meals, seafood towers, and dessert stations. Below deck, the crew gathers in the crew mess, a room designed purely for function. Food is often repetitive: rice, beans, stews, and sometimes instant noodles. Despite its simplicity, the mess holds a hidden culture. Crew trade snacks like currency. A chocolate bar from the officer's pantry can earn a favor. A packet of instant noodles can be a treasured gift. Small joys become lifelines in a world far from home. A chef named Raj recalled sharing a rare treat of fresh fruit with new crew members, creating bonds and small moments of happiness that made the relentless routine more bearable. These moments, invisible to passengers, sustain the crew's spirit in ways that often go unnoticed. Secret 4. Cameras are everywhere. Every corner of a cruise ship is under surveillance. Hallways, stairwells, public areas, even some semi-private spots are monitored by cameras. Crew members are acutely aware of their presence and have learned to navigate the ship's hidden rhythms. There are occasional blind spots, fleeting spaces where they can make a private call or share a moment of levity with a colleague. One former bartender recounted catching a passenger sneaking onto a closed pool deck late at night. Staff observed silently, intervening only when necessary. Passengers rarely notice, yet the cameras maintain order and safety, quietly shaping the lives of everyone on board. Secret 6. There's a secret jail on board. Every cruise ship has a brig. It's small, windowless, and used for those who break significant rules, whether guests or crew. Incidents that range from drunken altercations to thefts are quietly handled here. Security escorts the individual through hidden corridors, and by the next port, the situation is resolved. Passengers above may never realize it happened. A former security officer shared a story of a man caught attempting to steal liquor. He was held overnight and escorted off quietly, never disturbing the perception of calm for passengers. The brig is a place that preserves the illusion of perfection while containing reality. Secret 6. Crew romance happens in secret. Months at sea foster intense friendships and romances. Isolation, long hours, and shared experiences create bonds that form quickly. However, relationships across ranks are often forbidden. Crew must navigate these waters carefully. Small gestures, a lingering glance, a note slipped under a cabin door, shared laughter in a hallway become the foundation of hidden romances. A cabin stewardess named Elena met her future spouse while folding laundry side by side during a late shift. Their love blossomed quietly, a gentle rebellion against a regimented life.
Secret 7. The smile you see is often a performance. Every crew member is trained to smile, always, even when sick, exhausted, or emotionally drained. Performance evaluations sometimes depend on visible cheerfulness. A dining server named Grace admitted losing part of her daily score because her smile appeared fatigued. The lesson is clear. A smile is both a gesture of kindness and a professional necessity. The cheerful faces guests see may mask exhaustion, personal struggles, or even homesickness. Secret 8. The ship never sleeps and neither do the crew. While passengers slumber, the ship hums with life. Chefs prepare the next day's meals. Stewards clean hundreds of cabins. Engineers monitor and repair machinery. Laundry staff fold and organize towels. One steward, Miguel, described standing on the deck at dawn after a 16-hour shift. Guests were stepping out to breakfast, laughing and unaware of the unseen labor that had prepared every meal, polished every surface, and smoothed every wrinkle in the fabric of the day. It is a rhythm invisible to passengers, yet vital to the seamless experience above. Secret 9. Some passengers are quietly blacklisted. Cruise lines maintain records of passengers who cause trouble, mistreat crew, or otherwise disrupt the ship. These individuals may be declined in future bookings without explanation. A former officer explained that even seemingly minor incidents, like yelling at staff or breaking small rules, could follow a passenger for years. The system maintains order while preserving the illusion of carefree luxury for everyone else. Secret 10. Crew illnesses are often hidden. Life at sea is not immune to sickness. Crew falling ill is a challenge that is often managed quietly. Medical staff isolate those who are sick, monitor their condition, and ensure the flow of operations continues without interruption. Some crew members continue working through mild illness to maintain operations. One medic said, "Passengers see the show. They never see the strain, the fatigue, or the quiet battles we face below deck." Secret 11. Not all cabins are equal, even for crew. A strict hierarchy governs who sleeps where. Officers enjoy spacious cabins, windows, and private bathrooms. Junior staff are often stacked in windowless rooms below deck, with limited access to fresh air. This hierarchy affects everything: free time, meals, and access to certain areas. Promotion is not just career advancement, it is a doorway to small freedoms that were previously unavailable. Secret 12. The goodbye ritual. When contracts end, crew leave quietly. They often disembark long before passengers do, taking a solitary moment to watch the ship sail away. Some cry, some smile, some whisper promises to return. These farewells are private, reflective, and deeply emotional. Moments invisible to passengers, yet profoundly significant to those who have called the ship home. The cruise experience is dual in nature. There is the paradise visible above deck, laughter, luxury, and ease. Beneath it lies a hidden world of discipline, sacrifice, and dedication. Every smile, every polished surface, every perfectly made bed carries the weight of unseen effort. Crew members labor tirelessly so passengers can experience joy, freedom, and relaxation. The ocean itself seems to hold these secrets close, whispering tales of exhaustion, resilience, and quiet love. Next time you board a ship, watch closely. Notice the effort behind every gesture, every detail, every moment of perfection. Appreciate the people who maintain this illusion, people who sacrifice their own comfort to create moments of wonder for others. Cruising may feel like paradise, but paradise exists because of invisible hearts working beneath the waves. Even after you've walked off the gangway and settled into the cruise routine, there is a life that passengers almost never see, one that exists beyond the glittering decks and bright smiles. Crew members inhabit a world with its own rhythms, stresses, and small joys hidden beneath the orchestrated perfection of the passenger experience. One former steward, Carlos, shared how he spent an entire week moving heavy crates of fresh produce from the cargo hold to the kitchens, while passengers lounged poolside, enjoying the sun. He recalled the physical exhaustion and the mental strain, yet he knew his work would remain invisible to the people enjoying the meals that those crates would feed. "We're ghosts," he said. "The passengers see the magic, but we are the ones making it possible." Then there's the emotional toll. Living at sea often means missing birthdays, anniversaries, and family milestones. One cabin stewardess, Aisha, described celebrating New Year's alone in her tiny, windowless cabin while passengers below sang and danced in the dining hall. She decorated her small bunk with a string of lights and quietly watched the fireworks from her tiny porthole window, a private celebration invisible to the public eye. Yet there's a beauty to this hidden life. Friendships form quickly, loyalty runs deep, and the crew becomes a surrogate family. Even the smallest acts, sharing a favorite snack, helping a teammate clean a cabin during a double shift, or lending a shoulder to cry on, carry enormous meaning. Passengers may never realize it, but these small acts of humanity keep the ship alive, not just mechanically, but emotionally. The heart of a cruise ship is not the pool, not the buffet, and not the entertainment. It's the people who make sure everything functions without interruption. The engine room hums constantly, a complex orchestra of machinery, boilers, and electronics, and the engineers maintain it with precision. One minor error could affect every passenger's comfort: the water temperature, air conditioning, or electricity supply. Yet all the passengers see is a perfectly functioning ship. The invisible labor of the crew ensures their paradise remains uninterrupted. This invisible engine extends beyond mechanics. Housekeeping, dining staff, laundry, and entertainment teams all operate with split-second timing. There are no breaks for applause. The reward is the smooth operation itself. Every towel folded into a swan, every meal delivered on time, every clean corridor is a testament to thousands of hands working in harmony. Even the tiniest decisions carry weight. For example, where the crew stores extra linens, how they manage crowded hallways during peak hours, or how they handle a sick crew member while maintaining passenger service. Each decision requires precision, coordination, and often sacrifice. It's a world built on experience, knowledge, and trust that most guests will never witness. The paradox is striking. While passengers relax, the crew runs a hidden city beneath their feet. This city has its own culture, traditions, and hierarchy. Those who rise in rank gain more privileges, like larger cabins or better access to meals, while junior crew remain in windowless spaces, dreaming of sunlight and the horizon. And yet, despite these challenges, camaraderie thrives. Crew members rely on each other, not just for efficiency, but for emotional survival, forming bonds that sometimes last a lifetime. In the end, cruising is not just a vacation. It is a carefully choreographed illusion maintained by human effort, resilience, and sacrifice. The smiles you see, the food you enjoy, the music you hear, all rely on the invisible dedication of those who inhabit a world below the decks. Life at sea is not only physically demanding, it also takes a toll on mental and emotional well-being. Crew members are isolated from family and friends for months at a time. Birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays often pass uncelebrated, leaving them with only the company of colleagues who understand the same pressures. One former entertainment staff member, Leela, shared how she coped with homesickness by writing letters she could never send, tucking them into her bunk for comfort. The emotional strain is compounded by long hours, strict schedules, and high passenger expectations. Crew members are expected to maintain cheerfulness and composure at all times, even when dealing with exhaustion or personal problems. Some cope by forming close bonds with teammates, creating a small support system among strangers from all over the world. Others find solace in quiet moments on the deck before dawn, watching the endless horizon and listening to the waves, finding a sense of peace in the vastness of the ocean. These mental and emotional battles are invisible to passengers, yet they are fought daily, silently, beneath the decks. Passengers often marvel at the luxury of cruise life, the spotless cabins, perfectly timed meals, and attentive service. What they don't see is the careful choreography required to maintain it. Every dining service, every turn-down service, every polished surface has a story of preparation, planning, and sacrifice. One ex-cabin steward described a day when a VIP guest demanded a special meal. The chef, under intense pressure, prepared it flawlessly, while the steward made sure the room was immaculate. Both worked long hours, unnoticed and unthanked, yet their efforts were crucial to the passenger experience. Even simple acts like arranging flowers or folding towels into swans require skill, timing, and creativity. Crew often practice in secret, perfecting techniques that passengers assume happen effortlessly. The labor is continuous and precise, but the reward is largely invisible. A satisfied passenger who may never consider the effort behind their comfort. Moreover, safety inspections and hidden checks are happening constantly. Crew makes subtle adjustments, from ensuring handrails are secure to monitoring air circulation and water quality. Passengers enjoy smooth sailing, oblivious to the meticulous attention required to maintain both comfort and safety. This is the invisible engine of luxury, human effort, precision, and discipline, creating an illusion of effortless opulence. Without it, the seamless experience of cruising would simply not exist. The oceans are vast, the ships immense, and the lives of those who keep them moving are infinitely intricate. What you see as effortless leisure is built on hours of unseen labor, silent sacrifices, and human stories that rarely surface. Remember, every cruise has two sides, one that dazzles and one that sustains it. If you want to explore more of the hidden world of cruising, stay curious, subscribe, and dive deeper into the stories that unfold beneath the decks. The next voyage will reveal even more secrets, and when you sail again, look closely. The magic is real, but it is human too.